is what they're called. And it is Pool C action, though, continuing with New Zealand taking on Scotland. And New Zealand Sevens legend Carlton Arna. This is a great matchup.
Oh, most definitely. But anytime these two countries play against each other, it's never an easy match. The Scottish will be very disappointed in their effort on day one, but I'm sure they'll feel a bit better if they get one over the Kiwis, who, to be fair, started the day pretty slow in their first game against the Welsh, but come good against the Spanish.
Yeah, 2 losses for Scotland. A pretty disappointing campaign for them. And 2 wins for New Zealand. We've got unicorns. We've got umbrella hats. We've got the Kiwi fans out in force. And we've got some wonderful Rugby Sevens action continuing here at Spotless Stadium as the captains lead these 2 sides out. New Zealand looking to stay undefeated. Bronze last week in Hamilton. One of the big favourites this week, though. Here's a look at the Pool C standings at the moment. And Spain up top with a game to play.
And you've got to give it to the Spanish. They got absolutely demolished against New Zealand, but once again, they're such a plucky unit. They sniffed an opportunity to get to a cup round, and not for the first time in this competition to be able to get there. So New Zealand want to make sure they want to finish top and try and get a good, favourable matchup come quarter-final time.
Yeah, absolutely. Scottish, they'll be just playing for pride here and be in the bottom half of the draw tomorrow. But you can never discount them. Jordan Way takes the whistle from Australia. And we're almost underway as the sun just starts to head behind the Blue Mountains here in Sydney. And the crowd heats up. So does the Rugby Sevens action. And Scotland, they go long, it comes off the Kiwis to start with, so it'll be a Scottish throw. And that's not a bad kickoff from Scotland.
Oh, very contestable. And it's interesting, they went to the strength in the air for New Zealand. Sam Dixon, who has played Australian football.
So Lowe finds his mark. And they send it into the midfield to McCann. And now here goes big Alec Coombs and Pekua, who's been prominent today for this Scottish side in a couple of losses. Trying to get on the outside. Stain brought down in the tram tracks. McCann in the midfield. Not rolling away, so a couple of penalties, and they go very quickly. Back to Lowe. McCann. Lowe and McCann just playing with the Kiwis now and just getting the arms free. It was big Ali Miller. Another penalty. Coombs looking to strike first blood against the Kiwis. Pekua can't find Miller on the wraparound, and the Kiwis turn it over. The offload away. Big new stub. Oh, new stub. They stood off him. And he streaks away for the first try. What a magician, Andrew Newstubb.
Well, it come down to some great defence, a turnover from New Zealand. Right in their own corner, 5 metres out. Here it is here. England just a little bit sloppy to finish that off. Miller was the one. Sam Dixon, look at the physicality of the big man. Offloads it as well. That's what creates the overlap. Now we see Newstubb, ball in 2 hands, fakes off the defender, does it again, makes him turn his back. And right there he decides to back his pace. Andrew Newstubb has been a find.
All that hard work from Scotland to fight their way down the field, and then 1 turnover. That's all it takes for this All Black side.
The thing is, too, Andrew, it's heartbreaking. Like you said, they've done so much work, deserved to try, got 5 metres away, 1 drop ball. All the hard work undone.
And the extras added to his own try, Andrew Newstubb.
I was going to say, they look stoked. Yeah, she got off her chair. Go on, cheer.
Get involved, the Sydney Kiwi fans. Zealand put it into the 22. Stain wrapped up by Revovo. Pressure coming at the breakdown. Miller. Nice little offload away to Lowe. Got to get out of there, 22. Coombs. Out to Pecure. Back to Riddle. There's space out to the right. The Kiwis shut it down quickly. Low. It's a nice ball tackle. Back on the inside, and they'll have a penalty advantage.
4. Late.
Revovo with a late shot.
4.
New Zealand won't want to lose a player. Scotland the sniffy. I'm sure they'll just slow it down. Joe Revovo was the one that took out the Scotland player. I think New Zealand already suffering an injury. Amanaki Nicole coming up. We've got like a hamstring as well, so there might be something to look forward to tomorrow. Yeah, way past, and that's fair enough. Justified for sure.
So Scotland trying to get some territory here. Stain running back on the angle.
9-2.
Pressure at the breakdown once again. Here's Riddle trying out, but don't argue. Being dragged to ground. A little bit of footwork there from Lowe.
First man.
Oh, Mickelson around the corner. Here's Baker. There's no one in front of him. They ran him down, but he got the offload away. And Regan Ware, that's his third try of the day. And New Zealand's second against Scotland.
Yes, Scott Gregory was too at the breakdown, getting the turnover. He's just so strong in this department, the young man. Only played 2 or 3 tournaments there. We see him here with the long hair, pops it up. Tim Mickelson always aware where the space is. Regan Ware with a nice deft little pass after the straighten. And then Kurt Baker, always tough to stop. The support line given by Regan Ware again scores a try on day 1.
Yeah, that's his third, Regan Ware. This little offload from Mickelson around the corner, it just created the space and put the defence in 2 minds.
Yeah, just got such a heads-up play as you'd expect from a guy with Mickelson's ability.
Conversion went over for New Zealand, so 14-0. And big contest in the air there, but Miller comes down with it for Scotland. Riddle comes back to short side. Pecure. A little in and away. Oh, big pressure from Mickelson at the breakdown, and through the legs from Dixon to Gregory and New Stub. Oh, that's razzle-dazzle from the New Zealand 7 side. And New Stub has got 2.
And again, Mickelson with his experience, attacking the breakdown, rowing through. Sam Dixon just so aware. So the big boys, the front rowers for New Zealand, doing some good hard work. Here's the second part. Sammy Dixon just chucks it through. He knows it's a 90% play because there's only New Zealand support players there, and then the line by New Stub.
Yeah, Gregory running the right line, and it was a lovely play off the turnover. And again, adds the extras to his try, so 21-0. Scotland, after applying the early pressure on New Zealand in this half, have barely fired a shot. New Stub goes short, and Coombs come back to this near side. Riddle trying to get the arms free. McCann with a bit of footwork and gets on the outside of his man, looking for support now. Finds Kyle Stain. Miller looking to support. It was a penalty. Scotland play on quickly. Long ball to Pecure. Beats the first. Needs to get the offload away. Oh, and Riddle can't hold on to it. So that'll be half time. a chance goes begging for the Scots. Here's another look at it, KT.
Yeah, here's the initial break on the outside. Now, it's one thing to create opportunities, which they've done on about 3 occasions, Scotland. But the problem is they haven't been able to convert that into points, and that's a must when you play a team in New Zealand's form at the minute. This is just the back end of it, the disappointing. They break initially, but this inside ball to Riddell has to go to hand, just doesn't. It just seems to sum up day one for the Scottish.
And that will be half-time. The Kiwis leading Scotland 21 points to 0.
Tackles. Right, now whether it's right or wrong or indifferent, there's nothing we can do about it. Okay, so if they're dead, let's just leave them. We go and get them. We showed that with that nice patience here. We don't make a mistake. Right, we're not going backside. So if it's dead, we just leave it and get back in the game. When we tackle, let's get it back in there. We end up with 2 in the tackle, but we're tracking a little bit fast. Let's try and make sure that...
It's a bit much on the lead, coming over breather, you're going back on. We're just coming over, you breather for Joe. Moment, alright? He's got 2.
Come on. Plenty good shape for attack. Keep your hands in. Hey, let's go now. Next shot. Hey, plug it up, 2, 3, plug it up. Stephen, boys.
Fans out in force here at Spotless Stadium, the Unicorns. We saw them a little bit earlier.
Scottish lassies.
Scottish lassies, that's right.
Well, the thing is, even though their team isn't in front, the thing with the Scottish team, they're only 3 scores away, which is nothing in the game of 7. So if they actually are able to score first and get some momentum, by no means the Scottish team out of it.
Great dress-ups all around Spotless Stadium here today. And we're almost set for a second half. New Zealand taking on Scotland in this last Pool C match. New stub. 2 tries today in this one. Gets us started. Penalty. Didn't release it. Mickelson wants to go quickly. And the All Black Sevens swing into attack, but that wasn't the best kick.
Nah, wrong option. Definitely wrong option. See Newstub just saying, I thought he was called for the kick, but in that situation, when you got an opportunity to score first point straight after half-time, there it is. They know it was not the right call. Newstub on top with the series points, 141. Brilliant. Now he's going to be subbed for that.
Punishment, maybe.
Work on.
Work on. That's right. That's exactly right. Scotland running out of their own goal line. Coombs.
2, go over the shoulder. Over the shoulder.
Bit high on Coombs just then, so a little piggyback out of their own half, the Scottish side.
I think they just go to the sideline here and just try and relieve some pressure. They don't need to be rushed here. That's the thing. You know, just slow it down, give your boys a breath, get out away from your own try line, just get your set piece going.
Yeah, as you say, the Scots, they're not out of this. 3 tries is nothing in a game of 7s, but they just need to get some continuity.
They're fine.
Well, they've got to be accurate. That's what they have to be. They have just nailed this line out. They need to get it out, recycle. They have to score off the first base.
21-0. Scotland have carried the ball 26 times, and they weren't accurate at that point, KT.
Yeah. Disappointing, absolutely disappointing. On your own throw, that's guaranteed ball that you must have. New Zealand, from the get-go, just felt we're always going to pressure. This guy's just so good at timing and reading when the throw-ins come in and communicating that. You can see he's still barking at his lads.
We saw that stat pop up before. Scotland have carried the ball 26 times for 0 points. Just 6 times the Kiwis have carried it, and 21 on the board. That gives you an idea of our weight of possession doesn't necessarily translate into points in this game.
And to be fair, that's the way Scotland play. They need to build phases. They don't have players to crack one-on-one, but they've had the opportunities. They've created chances. They just haven't finished it off.
And they haven't made a tackle yet either this game, as Ware runs it into contact. Around the corner goes Gregory, and Gregory untouched. And he'll run it into an easier kicking position as well for his kicker. So another try to the Kiwis. That makes it 26-0.
Yeah, good set piece from that scrum. It was a 2-up. So the centre smashes it up. They have a recycle and the forwards coming around the corner. So a lot of the heads are in that ruck from Scotland. They can't get out with a rapper looping.
And they didn't even lay a finger on him. Maybe Naya got one finger on the ankle tap just then as Koroi adds the extras. So 28 points to zip.
One thing you learn about this kid on screen, Scott Gregory, he is tough as they come. Only a young man, but geez, he loves the physical stuff.
High kick-off from New Zealand, but Scotland get it. Drew McFarlane, offload to Kyle Stain. Just need to get some phases together as McFarlane just has a little peep down the short side, but now they go open. Coombs stepping. It's been a handful for Scotland today.
No clear release, then off feet.
Alec Coombs, and another penalty. Once again, Farland to Stain. McCann at the Coombs. Now Naya drags in 3 Kiwi defenders. Oh, but Nshu is just too good, too quick at the breakdown. And now the counter-attack is also too good. And Gregory just walks it in for his second.
One thing New Zealand coach Clark Laidlaw has spoken about, it's the little things that are done right, the details. Nshu does well at the breakdown, and they just spread it and it's straight through the hand so quick. There's the turnover, 1 pass, 2 passes, space.
Accuracy, you spoke about it earlier, and it's just been spot on from the Kiwis.
I know they were disappointed with their effort last weekend. They didn't turn up the first half of the first game today, and they've gone away reassessed, and I think that's a mark of a good team. They can do that during the tournament from game to game to game. They're starting to build in confidence for sure.
Let's catch this one, Joe. You're on this one.
Pretty relaxed looking bench.
Now he's put the pressure on Joe Revolver to catch and they go the other way, but you've seen how they're shifting Joe Revolver around from kickoff.
Long bouncing pass to Nshu. And looking to get the arms free, can't. Areki to Koroi, and a loose pass to Mickelson, who fumbles. So a rare mistake in this game from the New Zealanders.
Well, he can be excused. He's getting a long tooth. Maybe need to stretch the hammies a bit more. To me, won't mind me saying that. Got the young man Koroi, give him a deep pass. Done a lot of yards though over the course of this day to Mickelson.
Oh yeah, he'll be looking forward to a bit of a rub down tonight. Some ice, an ice bath after this.
I used to hate going to an ice bath after a game, I'll guarantee you.
Those big wheelie bins full of ice, they're just stuff of nightmares for some players. Some of them love it though. Here's Pecure. Penalty.
I think Wallaby great Drew Mitchell, he used to love an ice bath. Love it.
If he could fit into the bin.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say.
Leave the bigger ones. Nah, a real athlete, Drew Mitchell. Ran a marathon at the back end of last year, but we continue here at Spotless Stadium. Naya Thavau trucks it up. Scotland looking to trouble the scorers.
2 off, no!
Seconds ticking down. Didn't roll away. So another opportunity. McCann takes it quickly. Out to Naya Thavau. Little stutter step, got on the outside, back inside. The pass goes to Stain. Got an opportunity now. If they can get it wide, McFarlane's out there. And he puts it on the toe, in behind. But it's been picked up by Koroi. Scotland looking to pressure at the breakdown. Yeah, they get another penalty. So this one isn't over.
There's a ruck form there, so you can't just come through and pick it up. Chance for Scotland.
McCann tried to get the ball over the top, and now Molia to Nshu and to Nareki. And Nareki, he's going to run at 70 metres here. None of the Scotland players chasing, or just the one, Ali Miller. So Nareki, Jonah Nareki, with his second try of the day.
Pleasing thing for Clark Laidlaw, the coach for the New Zealand Sevens team on day one. Not so much the amount of points they score, but the effort on defence, the zero, be the thing he'll get from this game. They'll put under pressure in the first half from Scotland. We're able to not concede any points on their line and keep it to 0 at the end. I'm sure he'll be very happy.
Yeah, they've been made to make some tackles today, the Kiwis, but their defence was solid. So the final score: New Zealand 42, Scotland 0. And clinical performance, Carl. Well, let's get some reaction.